Anybody else have any good vacation horror stories?
I've always got a vacation horror story. I mean, Brandy and I went up to St. Augustine for our anniversary at the beginning of the year, and after we walked around the town, we went to go check in, and they had given our room away.
Oh,
So we had to go stay at our friend's house, who had these 3 large pit bulls, and their spare bed was the pit bull's bed. So we're laying on this bed that just stank like dog. You know, the dog was coming in, jumping on in the middle of the night, and it was really.
Were they male pit bulls or female pit bulls?
They were all female to me.
All female.
That's right.
I don't know how to take that one.
All those bad bitches.
Oh, I know how they took it. Anyways.
wow.
A male pit bull will punk your ass out. You got to go full alpha male on them bitches. My sister has 2 of them, and it's like when we go to their house, I got to like go straight ghetto mode.
I don't think you had far to get there, though, do you? When you got to
It's true. I'm pretty white trash.
Yeah, you just
that's
jump
there.
right on it, man.
So trashy.
That's what we love about Dave. So we ready?
Shall we?
Let's see.
So for our first line of business, there will be no more resting in dungeons or the such. Anywhere you may have had an encounter or where there still may be danger, just a short rest. Because to sit there and take an 8-hour rest is just really is implausible. Nobody would do that. That's basically it. I just want to maintain the feeling that trouble can still be lurking in this area of danger close. Anybody have anything they want to say about that?
Do we still only get the 1 short rest a day?
Yes. So take it where you want to barricade yourself into. Otherwise, because I don't think that we would necessarily rest after someplace we just had a battle and actually cozy on in for 8 hours. It just doesn't.
Right.
This
I like
is
to crawl into the bodies of my fallen enemies for warmth.
like a tauntaun.
Like a
Hell
tauntaun.
yeah. Empire style, baby.
That's,
Does Stabby have like the burglar's kit? Does he have all that stuff? It's not a bell, but like a bell. Does he have a bell?
A rape bell.
A mace?
I'm looking to see what he's got in his inventory. I don't remember. Let's see.
Because I was thinking when he said barricade into a room, it's like you think barricade is going to keep them out, but really it's like the barricade is just to give us long enough to get up and be ready to defend. So like with a bell, you put that in there too, and it's like a little bit of noise, that kind of thing.
No, I don't.
We're all getting raped.
Hold me.
Oh, I'll hold you tight. So let's see. I'm going to lead us in to the show proper now. Welcome back to Roll the Hard 20 podcast, and it is I, your trusted Dungeon Master Brian, and with me, the Hard Slingers. Yeah. Because you know what? So, episode 50. And you guys seem to have added quite a bit of layers to this AP. We've got the remains of Hunkley's possession somewhere. We have Stebby's trouble with a certain Baroness. We have Dempsey's old rival lurking around Belhaim wanting some payback. And we may or may not have an auction to attend to tomorrow. And all you want to do is go find some disguises so you can play dress up. What'd you call it? From Love from Wong Fu or whatever, something like that.
Oh,
Wong Fu? Yeah.
Tu Wan Fu.
To Wong Fu.
Fantastic movie, by the way.
I have not seen it. And
Wesley Snipes, baby.
I'll take your word for it. It's got Patrick
And Patrick Swayze.
Yeah.
And John Leguizamo.
Well, I got to see it for John. So you guys were on your way to go to Cecina's Hides.
Mm-hmm.
Was that correct?
I believe so.
Yes.
Okay. Well, tell me what you guys want to do. If that's something you still want to do, that's off of that's number 13 on Tula's Walk. That's the address of this particular facility. You got about an hour and a half before Drosk had said for you to meet him at a particular location, which I sent the map to you guys.
Warren, I recall that. Didn't we talk about perhaps going to a temple as well before we left town?
Yes. We were going to talk about donating Flint's share to his temple.
And Dempsey, if I recall, we were, maybe you could magically imbue some of our weapons for what may lie ahead for us.
You're asking me if I can do that.
No, I'm just confirming that's what I recall from our last discussion, is that we were going to maybe see about imbuing some of our items magically at the temple, if possible.
Oh, I thought you were saying I could do it. No, I'm not magic like Warren. But yes, anything that'll make us stronger.
I think we need it. I think we should head. I'd like to get disguise for myself, considering, the words that I had with the Baroness.
I've been thinking about this, Mr. Stabby. I feel like if the Baroness is going to take up with you, one of the only people that she's going to be able to get to go against you would be Drosk. So she may have already made her own plans with him. So I think, you're watching my back, but I'm going to be watching yours, if you understand.
I think I hear you loud and clear. Perhaps the disguise is not needed.
I mean,
That is a terrifying thought, and the Baroness has already proved that she's resourceful in recruiting random newcomers.
Except for present company, Dempsey. He's proven most worthy to the...
I never said that. Anyways, splitting hairs. Let's be about our business. Let's go to the hides and then perhaps the temple afterwards. Or do we want to skip the costumes?
I think, Warren, considering what Dempsey logically has laid down, I think the Baroness is... What he's saying is the Baroness has probably brought Drosk to deal with me. And that if we are triumphant against him, we win twice. We vanquish Egan or Dempsey's, enemy, and we send a clear message to the Baroness that disguises or not, we're going to act in our best interest and send whoever she wants at us, and it's not going to matter.
Disguise is a good idea, though. Imagine victory in dress and wig. Stabby, you make good-looking woman.
I considered it, Valadier. I considered, dressing up as a woman for this.
I'm just saying, good idea.
I do think if you were looking for one man who hangs out with three other men, and then all of a sudden you saw those three men walking with some other man or woman, wouldn't you think maybe that's the person I'm looking for?
Well, I thought about that, though.
Or payday. Always comes around on payday.
Oh my God. The ship's in port, is it?
Valadier, I don't follow.
Walking around with the two women, it only makes sense on payday.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Oh, okay.
I think he's calling you a woman of the night.
Lady of the night.
At any rate.
Thank you, Bard.
So, okay. So the temple is where we should be going then.
Let's go to the temple. I'll forego my disguise at this time.
Okay. While we're walking to, Brian, I would like to take note of if we are being tailed, and I'm also going to try to subtly kind of motion to Stabby to do the same.
Okay. Go ahead and make your perception checks. Now, tell me where you guys are at right now. You guys have just left...
we had just left the apothecary.
That's not Zenmei's Tomix. Okay,
Yeah.
very good. Okay, go ahead and make. Well, where are you? Are you just outside of the building, or have you made it to Canticleer Road? Or
I think we've been walking while we're talking, if that's cool.
Yeah, I think we had turned up Canticleer Road to go to, what is that? Tula's something. Tula's Walk.
That long road that bisects the town from north to south is Devi Road.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think we were walking up that towards Tula's Walk while we're having this conversation, and we probably get about halfway towards the hide store when we realize that no, we don't actually need to go.
Okay, why don't you go ahead and make your perception check?
Okay. I had a 12.
To be
8.
as you guys are looking around, communicating with one another, trying to lighten your spirits, knowing what's waiting for you on the horizon, you try to inconspicuously look around, seeing if anybody's taken an abject notice to your group, and you don't see anybody other than the regular townsfolk of Belhaim milling about, going in and out of stores, going in and out of Greyhand's Tavern, which is just a little bit to the north of you. But you also notice that off to your right would be number 14 on the east side of Devi Road. There's a big walled section. Looks like a huge open-aired building. And you see people milling about in the front of that. They look like they're getting stuff. They're bringing stuff inside of the walls. There's a large double door that's open, and you can see workers coming in and out of there. And they're really the only ones that are kind of watching you, but they're not really taking you into notice. They just want to make sure you don't get in the way of what they're doing.
Setting up for that auction.
That's what they're doing, yeah.
I thought at first you were going to say they were like getting ready to watch this fight. I'm like,
News travels fast in
No,
this
and
town.
they're humans. They're not orcs or anything like that. So I don't know what kind of people Drosk ran with or what he run, who's in his posse, but these don't appear to be anybody that would be doing that. In fact, they just look like regular denizens of the town. So
I think as we're moving to, Dempsey is like just crushing some rations. And he's like, got a carb load.
carbon up, dude.
Mhm.
Jumping rope as you guys are going up Devi Road.
Hell yeah.
Watch me plank.
As we are moving up, once we pass like the crowd that's prepping for the auction, Warren, I'll kind of like keep my voice a little bit lower and gather motion for everyone just to pay a little bit more attention, and say, so there are, with this conflict we have coming up, it should be known I do have a few new tricks, one of which will be very disorienting to everyone except me. So if you suddenly see everything around an area go black, know that I am the only one who can see in and see out. Use it as cover or use it to your advantage.
I like this.
It only you can see it, Warren?
Yes.
What
It
is what would it look like to me?
complete
Darkness.
night that you will not see
The
through
darkness.
with the brightest candle.
We're going to call this the Charlie Murphy spell.
Yep.
Darkness.
I'm glad you picked up on this one. Darkness.
So that means that our enemies could see this black as well. No?
Exactly. It means that I can see through it due to the nature of my magic.
Oh, so it's like cover.
Yes. Think of it as cover. Know that I am the only one who will be able to see in it. And unless someone else has very dubious magic at their disposal, they will not.
I'll
Fair.
make sure I stand behind Dempsey this time.
Okay. What, do you guys recall where the temple was? I know we're walking here, but I feel like we're just walking and we don't have much time left.
I thought it was that larger building on what was it? It's a little blurry. Is that Belhaim Road?
It is on
Or-
Belhaim Road.
Can we see like the top of it or anything over the houses?
Spire
No.
of the church.
No, you can't see. It's mostly flat ground throughout Belhaim until it starts getting more north, where it actually starts to get a little more rolling hills, more craggy up that way.
Are there any aside from where they're setting up the auction, is there anybody else that looks like they're from the town here?
Well, just to the north of where they're setting up the auction is Greyhand's Tavern. That would be number 35 of Devi Road.
Perhaps we should ask for directions at Greyhands, poke our head into Greyhands real quick.
Pop in for a pint.
Yep.
Maybe the last pint.
Poke your head in, and of course you see Greg O'Lenton once again at the bar, pounding back. You've got a whole assortment of empty glasses in front of him. Hey, there's my buddies. How you doing? You gotta pick up the tab for me again. Hey, tell me, did that map work out for you for the Hunclay's Manor I gave you? Everything good to go? Tell me.
It gave us a few useful insights.
Well, that's gotta be worth something, right? To settle this for me, and you can get the next one. Is that okay?
And here I thought we were already quite generous to you for the map.
I've been Frenching this glass for 20 minutes. It's not kissing back. I'm gonna need some love. You see the big guy that you remember as Swirlo Greyhands come in from the back, carrying some kind of a large keg on his arm. He sets it down on the counter. He's like, Gregor, how many times I gotta tell you, stop talking to the Hey guys, welcome. What can I do for you? Well, welcome back. Is there something I can do for you? It was just gonna bother the neck. Shut up. You see him just kind of grab him by the ear, give him a little cuff. Shut up, old fucker. Go ahead, guys. What can I do for you?
We just need directions quickly. And then, of course, we'll be back perhaps later tonight to patron.
Sure, that table in the back's empty right now. Is that the directions you need?
Unfortunately, not at the moment, but later tonight, those directions may be very useful.
Well, just call me Thomas Guide then. What can I do for you?
We're just looking for the temple.
Be more specific if you want.
Well, not the temple of the drink, as we are already there.
Well, one of the most frequented temples would be the Shrine of the Six-Pointed Star. That's up there off of Belhaim Road, just a little bit north of here.
What was the lady's name?
Whose lady?
He's like pointing at Stabby. Like, what was the woman's name that we dropped him off with?
Oh,
Well, I gotta wait to hear this.
You know, it's where you bring the dead people.
Fuck that up, Stabby.
Oh, my minds are on other things. My mind's on other things right now.
I'll go through volume 4 of my notes here.
Can I roll a history to remember?
Sure, go ahead.
I'm on hard 20. That'd be a 1. I don't know shit.
I know it. Caladestina.
Caladestina what?
The Undertaker.
He's so familiar with her that he only knows her by one name.
First name basis.
Yes, it is Caladestina Honus.
Okay. Why were you asking about her name?
So he addresses the man behind the bar, and he's like, "Where can we find Caladestina?"
Wasn't she back at the Sunset House over by Devi Manor?
And that's what, like 3 blocks that way?
Well, that's where you take your dead. What more you want? I mean,
No.
You're looking to die. Word has it on the street that it's gonna be one hell of a show at noon. Be watching that clock, boy.
And you just see what yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Warren.
I was saying, who is spreading that rumor? I'm quite curious.
Well, I just see some green-skinned folk came through here looking for somebody with an ink vine scar on the side of his neck.
You just
It's
see
not like you. In fact, they had the same kind of tattoo.
It's to be.
I think at that point you're gonna hear like wood breaking because he's just holding the back of like a chair, and you just hear the.
Make a strength check.
You don't hear shit. That'd be a 9.
A 9.
Mhm.
You hear it start to flex and crack, but it doesn't quite give way the way you hoped it would.
Mhm.
And Swirlo looks at you and says, "Trust me, men plenty stronger than you, son, ever tried that. Ain't gonna happen.
So Dempsey
But I'll
looks
give you
down,
an A for effort."
and he doesn't even realize what he's doing. He's like,
Look,
"I apologize for your chair."
it's
And
all
he
right.
puts-
Like
yeah.
I said, no
Mhm.
harm, no foul.
Well, we have our directions to the six-pointed temple, so thank you for that, Master Greyhounds.
No problem.
And I will mage hand over to him a piece of, or a silver piece.
Oh, well, thank you. I hope this isn't expected to pay for his drinks, though. But
Oh, no.
it's a little bit more than this. But
Yes.
hey,
No.
excuse me, father, son. You with chair backing kung fu grip there.
And looks at him. Mhm.
You know, these guys, they had the same tat on the side of their neck as you do. Some of them had a little bit longer, some a little bit shorter. But you know, if you belong to those people and you abandoned them, I don't take lightly to men that abandon a cause. So if you're part of their group, I say get back with them or just keep on running.
I don't think leaving a bunch of killers that rape women and kill children is abandoning anything. Do you?
Well, it all depends on who you took an oath with.
I didn't take any oath. And he takes out a piece of gold and he puts it on the counter. He says, "Don't give this man any more drinks."
You hear that, Stinky? Your ass is done. 86 is your lucky number. What are you talking about? I still got a couple little licks in this thing. And they just kind of go back and forth as they start droning on and on. You know that the Shrine of the Six-Pointed Star is off of Belhaim Road. What would you like to do?
I think we're going to go visit the Shrine of the Six-Pointed Star.
And that would actually be the address is 32 Belhaim Road. Yeah, so your particular road, Devi Road, takes you up probably about another, well, you guys are right on the corner, about 10 feet. Make a right going east on Belhaim Road, and you know it's that's probably down about 150 feet on the right-hand side, which is the south side of the road.
Do you think that this woman would have something to help us with?
I do not know. And while if they do, that would be beneficial. My main concern with visiting here is seeing if they're able to put us in contact with Flint's order.
I don't trust Mr. Drosk, but he's going to do whatever we least expect. This isn't a fight in a boxing ring. We best be about it because I'm sure he's taking precautions.
Agreed.
What do you suggest we do, Dempsey?
I think we get there as early as we can and scout the place. I mean, if your main thing I've seen you do is fight from range, find a good spot for you, I'll approach them. You guys stay back, and we'll play it from there. We go into it acting like a normal fight, but as soon as it starts, it's all open.
Fair enough. It sounds like we've got our work cut out for us. Perhaps our best move is to, like you say, get there early, scout out the area. Perhaps gives ourselves some sort of advantage.
It's like a game of dragon chess. The best positions can win.
I'll follow your lead, Dempsey.
Huzzah!
And we will, since it's on the way actually to the fight, we'll stop by the shrine.
Okay, as you guys approach this large shrine, you notice that it has two wooden doors that adorn the front of it. And on each of these doors, you see an enclosed six-pointed star. Obviously, it's the symbol of Eosakar. And the whole thing radiates a sense of calm about the building itself. Everything about it. As you know, your worries as you start walking towards the front door, they kind of start to ease out of your body. The knots in your back start to give way a little bit, and you start to loosen up. You don't feel so like everything's futile. You almost feel hopeful as you approach the doors. Tell me what you'd like to do.
Well, is there like an obvious what is there anything that would be obvious for people who are arriving and wishing to speak? Is there like a small like entry shrine? Is there like a bell to ring? What's the
Nope. Just two doors, and by the way, neither door has a handle on it.
Okay. Does anyone wish to, or shall I?
Please, by all means, Warren.
Please lead.
I will step forward and politely but firmly rap on the door 3 times.
You rap on the door, boom, 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 and it's a solid door. But even as you're rapping it, it's kind of like moving in half inch, half inch, half inch with each rap, boom, 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 almost as though the door is just not latched. It just swings open slightly.
Okay. I'll wait for a moment, and then if nobody responds, I'll very gently push and hello.
In a few moments, you actually see a young individual making his way towards you. He is probably about 5'5", maybe 140 pounds, wearing a red robe with gold trim. Nothing adorning it, though. His head's fully shaved. He looks really thin and frail. And as he comes, he's like, "Oh, yes, yes, how may I help you?" And he's got his hands postulated together, and you can see on the backs of each hand is the same symbol that's on the front door, a circle with a six-pointed star within it, painted. It's tattooed red on each hand. He's like, "Hello, how may I be of assistance to you? Please come in and rest. What can I do for you?"
I'm afraid we don't have much time for rest. We have 2 matters that are here for. One is simple and straightforward. We have recently a companion of ours who unfortunately is no longer with us. And as part of his efforts, there was a large sum of gold that he had earned. And we would actually wish to pass on that to, he was a man of your order. And if you were able to perhaps some of it to his family.
Well, all of us who worship Eosakar are his family. He brings out this flute as he begins to hum a little and starts playing this flute slowly and gently. He's like, "Is there anything else we can do for you? I mean, obviously, we can make the accommodations for settling up such a generous gift to his order, but is that the only reason?"
Dempsey's gonna elbow Valadir when he sees the music, like, "Hey, there you go."
Yeah.
Have you heard of Iron Lung? They start jamming Little Jethro Tull for you.
But Valadir does want to kind of mimic the same tune that he's trying to play along with the priest.
Make a performance check with advantage, Bard.
Ooh. All right. Here we go. First one is a 7. Oh, second one is a hard 20.
Yeah, there it is. Hard 20. Right into the show and get Junior's D20. Actually, what we'll do is actually just send you out a D20 because he works too hard for his money. So you jam out this thing on your lute that mimics his flute, and he pauses and his eyes get wide with excitement. He's like, "You're a performer. Perhaps you worship Eosakar as well?"
No, not a big follower of many things. I just like the tones and comfort of music.
Well, you've done a wonderful job replicating what I have put out. And as you guys see this young man, you realize he's probably like 14 or 15 years old. He's just a young dude.
Hmm.
And he's all, well, trust me when I say that the funds that you leave in my care will be distributed correctly for your fallen comrades' belief.
I don't know him, and as much as he appears to be a religious type, I am going to incite him.
Okay.
You're not going to blow this on moon pies and penny whistles, are you, Junior?
That's a 14.
14. From what you can tell, he seems genuine enough.
Okay.
He has no guile about him
Okay.
whatsoever.
I do say to him before handing anything over, I do have to say this, you do seem to be rather young to be the head of this house of worship.
Oh, I'm merely the steward of all this wonderful building right here, but we all serve Eosakar. Perhaps you would be comfortable if an older individual came to you, and would that seem like somebody would be wiser if I told you that I had been in the care of Eosakar my entire 15 years?
No, I just simply thought it was something worth commenting on. Well,
Oh,
Dempsey, do you have the sack here? And I'll kind of reach over and take Flint's share.
Mm-hmm. And he just gives it up. Just yeah.
And Warren, like Dempsey, I'm sure has like no trouble carrying it. Like I come over and pick it up, and it's like, oh god, here. Let me put this down right here, and I'll set it on a pew next to him. The like giant hefty bag of gold coins.
That is quite some. How much is in this bag?
400, I believe. It was 400 that she paid out. Or it was 500 to each of us. We gave, or no, was it
250?
Okay. Oh, yeah. So then it was 250 that's in the bag. I'm like,
no. You guys gave Valadier 250.
It was $5,000, and everybody got $1,250.
Oh, right. Okay,
so got $1,000.
And then you gave Valadier how much?
Oh, okay. If Valadier got 250, then sorry, there's 1,000 gold in the bag.
Okay. Well, that's quite a hefty load. I'll make sure that it is deposited with our proctor when he comes to visit at the end of the month. And he takes the bag, and you see him kind of struggling because he's just noodly as all hell.
I'll kind of like elbow Dempsey. I'll kind of like elbow Dempsey and be like, just help the kid.
I'll help him. Lift with your back, lift with your legs, young man. There you go.
Eventually, he gets it to the back of the temple. There's a door that probably leads off to the rectory on the backside, and he just kind of leaves the bag next to the door and comes back, hands folded once again, and is there anything else I may do for you besides say thank you, of course?
There is one matter. We are adventurers, and we are expecting to have some conflicts, unfortunately, that may be resolved with force. We're hoping that perhaps your order is able to provide some magic aid that we're able to make donations or purchase.
Well, I don't know what kind of aids you require.
Do you have any?
The temple itself is a poor temple. We only have a few things, and I'm fairly sure that my superior wouldn't be too upset if he knew that we were letting it go for a good cause and a good price, I might add. But really, the only things we have is we have an iron stone in the back. We have a set of seeing type goggles, and we have some type of a wand. I know that they're all in envelopes with notes attached to them. I've personally had no reason to go and view these things, but I know that there is a form of description as well as a price if any adventurer has needed them. Before I let you look at them, may I ask you a question?
Mhm.
The
Please.
money that you put in my care, was it won through ill-begotten gains?
No, it was a legitimately hired job in that unfortunately was just simply dangerous.
Oh.
No innocent person was harmed, young man.
No innocent,
Except for
no,
the disciple of Eosakar, correct?
yes,
And
unfortunately.
he died fighting evil.
Well,
And I had nothing to do with it.
roll inside. So he goes, I'll just be a moment, and he comes back and he's got 3 packages in his hand, and they're like envelopes made of leather skin, and he opens one up and you see that there's this deep red sphere like a stone, and he says, well, this is the Ion sphere stone. It's a bit pricey. I believe that the masters wanted 8,000 gold pieces for this. As far as these eyeglasses, and he opens up a scarf, and you see that there's these beautiful goggles with these lenses that seem to be swirling. These are basically 2,000 gold pieces.
Hmm.
And then the final thing is this one particular item. He has like an old sock, and he pulls out this.
Oh, is it sticky
wand.
and like kind of doesn't crunch?
Shut up, Dempsey. He pulls out this wand, and he says, from my understanding, this is a wand of lesser restoration, perhaps to aid you. Says that there's 43 charges still left to this thing. It is a bit pricey, though. I'm afraid he's got a 5,000 gold piece tag written on the side of it. But other than that, I mean, we're a simple, poor shrine here. We don't turn a lot of profit, and most of the time these are traded to us in exchange for other blessings and whatnot, and they're left in our care. And it's one of those things. We're kind of like the Belhaim goodwill, if you would say so.
Very well. May I see the notes in regards to the glasses?
Sure. And he hands it to you, and they just say goggles of minute seeing.
Interesting. Does that happen to ring a bell? Like I, as a player, of course, have got some ideas, but
not right off the bat. But I want you to make a perception check on them.
Perception or Arcana, considering what I'm looking at?
No, perception.
Okay. Oh, hey, 17.
17. You notice that the corner of one of the lenses has got a minute crack in it.
I'll take a moment and look at them like with my trained practitioner's eye, and see if I can tell that has diffused the magic at all.
Now make your Arcana check.
That is not a hard 20, but a 20.
From what you can gather while looking at these things and turning them over, and even seeing that crack, you get the idea that these lenses they're dormant. They lack any type of use anymore.
I will wrap it up very, very carefully and hand it back to him and tell him, I hate to be the bearer of this, but I'm afraid that any magic that may have been in these glasses, beautiful as they are, is no longer there.
What? He takes it, he looks, how could you tell? I mean, not that I know what they do, but I mean, how?
I'll just waggle my fingers, and like a few flames will swirl around them, and I say, I do have some knowledge of magic, and a trained eye will.
Well, forgive me. I apologize for doubting you whatsoever, but
Nothing to
I
apologize
understand.
for.
Please believe me, I would not try to push anything on you that would be defunct or damaged or anything.
No. I of course
Best we
would
can
not
do is
expect
350, son. Oh,
that. I look at the others and say, I'm afraid the rest of the items are either I don't think of immediate use to us or too expensive. Does anyone have any thoughts?
agreed.
Agreed.
I don't feel that they can be of much aid to us this day.
No. We do appreciate your time, though, and are definitely happy that we can have our brother Flint's earnings go towards the cause he wishes.
I'm sure he wished for a Corvette. Well, thank you very much. I do appreciate your generosity, and it will not go unhindered. Did you need a donation receipt for this? I don't know what kind of tax bracket you fellas are going to be in.
Could we get a to-go bag? Is that? But he is like
souvenir cup.
Yeah.
He breaks out the flute, hits a few notes, and actually just kind of turns his back and starts walking back towards the back of the temple. Have a good day.
I turn to the others. Well, I believe we have a spot to scope.
It's time. Yeah.
So tell me what you guys would like to do now that you guys have gotten all the fun things out of the way.
I think
Buy
we should.
crack.
Yeah. Smoke some. They still sell crack behind the hardware store, don't they, Brian?
The PCP.
Okay.
We need to be super strong.
Let's little angel dust.
We matter. What's that?
All right. I think we should approach the place where the fight's supposed to be, keep a little bit of a distance and just put eyes on it. See if anybody's already there and start looking for a spot for Stabby to set up if that's what he wants to do. Warren, I know you operate pretty good from range. Same thing.
Describe your approach to where you need to get to then. Because you, like you said, Belhaim Road is going to eventually going to T-bone Canticleer Road. So walk this through for me. And you don't have to take step by step. Just tell me where you're going to go and hit all the main points as you do your thing.
MC, I have an idea. Perhaps you know better than I of Drosk, but perhaps we come in from the north on the backside of Hunclay's Manor over by Rogue Creek. Is it possible that he could ambush us from that location?
Yes, absolutely. That's good thinking.
Do you believe maybe we could get a jump on a smaller contingent of his band?
From what I've seen, I think it's a good idea. It's a defensible spot.
Now, looking at the map, though, you know that there is no way to cross Rogue Creek north of that bridge that you know of.
It's a creek, not a river, right?
Well, it's a fast moving body of water, though.
It's a creek.
It's not like 3 feet creek. You don't know how deep that creek is.
Throw the halfling in to see how deep.
Sure. Yeah. Chuck his ass in there.
Okay, so it's not something that.
But I'll tell you right now that the creek itself is probably about 20 feet across, though.
Okay.
Oh, even at its narrowest.
Yeah, even at its narrowest, and that's by the legend that's on the map itself.
Gotcha, okay.
Gotcha. So
fair enough.
Now I had sent over a map. I just want to make this. I want you guys to understand that when you're looking at that bridge that crosses over Rogue Creek, if you follow that bridge to along Old Quarry Road, where that one road that hits it, that would lead up to Hunclay's Manor and the old Witch Tower. You see that where it T-bones right there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
From the bridge to that point right there is exactly 400 feet. That gives you the idea of the size of that field right there. And from the lowest point of Hunclay's Manor to the closest point of Old Quarry Road is 50 feet. Now that
400.
Hunkley's Manor is up on a little bit of an incline of like 20 feet, but that's a gradual grade. That's not like straight up.
Oh,
So
you're talking about 50 feet up, not 50 feet
50
distance.
feet. Yes, 50 feet distance from this corner. From the corner to this road right here
Okay.
is 50 feet. From the bridge to right here is 400 feet. So along this, that's 400 feet from there to there.
Okay.
And 50 feet from there. So that kind of gives you an idea how big that field is that Drosk wanted to meet Dempsey in.
Okay.
You can make Stabby invisible, right, Warren?
I can, but just something to keep in mind is if I have, while I can make him invisible, if I then need to focus on a more complex spell, is I will not be able to maintain the invisibility and that.
Well, once he attacks, though, his invisibility
drops. Yes.
I was thinking Dempsey could head up Old Quarry Road because all eyes are going to be on that road, and then maybe a contingent could separate and then meet up to wherever Dross is going to be, so that if nothing else, we don't present a single unit for them to attack. We could kind of be a little bit separate. I mean, we have to kind of keep eyes on each other, so if something does happen, we can come back together. But just 4 guys walking up, I feel like is a little bit more, I don't even know the word I'm thinking of, but you know what I'm saying? They can attack us. Whereas we can, if we're separate, you get a little bit more sneaky with that.
Where are you guys at right now on this map? Where is your exact location?
Well, we were at 32 at the chapel, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was imagining you guys were making your way. I'm assuming. I don't want to make that assumption though, but
I kind of imagine as we're having this conversation and trying to sort this out is like we're just coming up to the bridge right now.
Okay, so you're just before the bridge, but you're on Belhaim's side of it.
Yes, the west side.
To the west side.
Now, before we cross over, if we're still talking about this, I'll stop everyone for a moment and say, now, Valadier, we don't have as much experience with seeing you fight, and I will be honest, while I appreciate the effort, your melee skills did not seem to be well placed.
Well placed. Speak of Dempsey about the well placed hits.
As he says this, Dempsey just like pointedly takes a 5-foot step away from him. This will be better now.
Nice. Open field, Dempsey. We got massive range.
What is your strength? Where does your strength lie? I know you obviously have at least some magical talents. What should we be prepared for and keep in mind?
I'd be midway.
That narrows it down.
The World War II battle of Midway, or what are we talking? Are we going to win this thing, or
I could be with Dempsey.
Well, yes. Next time I need nap, I'll hang out with Dempsey.
Maybe a little fight music to get us going. A little.
Are we entering already?
Never hurts to have a little jam, you know.
Like Eye of the Tiger, Eye of the Dempsey, or something like that.
Yes.
we're gonna get the ban on YouTube.
Right.
Less than 8 seconds. We're good.
Yeah. So I believe, Stabby, do you think the trees would provide you the best cover?
Yes, I believe so. Yeah.
Okay.
Would be good
Do you wish to use my magic to get into position here? I can keep you invisible for approximately an hour, or until you break it by aggressive action.
That would be yes, please.
Very well.
Is there anything that I should know about Drosk and his gang?
I'm going to tell you right now, there is no honor in this fight. If you get a chance to cut somebody's throat, do it.
Okay.
If we show them any quarter, they won't do the same to us. I've made a living this far fighting in boxing rings. This is a whole different kind of fight. I think you guys understand that, but I want to make sure I say it.
So tell me what you want to do.
I think,
And I'll tell you this also.
Mhm.
Don't be vague, be very explicit. Like walk me
Mhm.
through what you want to do. So I can describe for you what's gonna happen.
For real quick, the road where it diverges to the Tower Ruins and Hunclay's Manor, that road divergence to the south to Old Quarry Road, you said was 50 feet?
Who's scratching something? What is that noise? Okay. From the corner of Hunclay's Manor to its closest point of the road is 50 feet. Not to where it meets the point where the road actually goes up. Just as a north to south straight down, that's 50 feet.
Okay, so from where the road diverges to Old Quarry Road, where the tree line is, probably 20, 30 feet.
Explain that to me. Say that one more time. From Old Quarry Road to where?
Quarry Road. Then you hang a left to go to Tower Road or Hunclay's Manor.
Okay.
Where that diverges, where the road diverges.
Got it.
I draw
That's
a line
probably about
south.
That's probably about 30 feet right there.
Okay.
35 feet.
Okay. Warren, I think I've got kind of an idea of where I want to set up. Do your magic.
Is it less than an hour till noon at this point?
Yes.
Okay. I will say, okay, remember, as soon as you attack, you will become visible. And I'll I'll draw an arcane a sigil in the air and then lightly tap Stabby on the top of his head, and he vanishes from sight.
What is that noise? Holy crap. Does nobody hear that noise?
No,
It's not on my end. Yeah, I hear it.
I don't know what it is.
I think so when that happens, if we hear Stabby kind of little feet across the bridge, he looks at Valadier and he's like, "You're with me, close but not too close." And then he looks at Warren. He's like, "Maybe give us a little bit of space here." So Dempsey's gonna take point, and then he just starts walking in, and he wants to be the focus. If somebody's assuming somebody's going to be watching that bridge, waiting for them to come up. So maybe he just starts talking to Valadier and trying to get the focus off of whatever Stabby's doing.
Warren, where are you at? What side of the bridge are you on, first of all? I can't hear you. Your mic, shut up.
Oh, sorry. I actually turned it off just in case the sound was coming from me. Anyways, I would have cast invisibility when we were still on the Belhaim side, on the west side of the river. And I will also, after that, take a moment and cast Mage Armor on myself. And I will I look to Dempsey and Valadair and say, you two certainly go on ahead. I will be a short distance behind you, enough where I can aid you. If I do have anyone approach me, I will drop my Cloak of Darkness. And Stabby, wherever you are, if that does happen, I will have to drop the invisibility spell. So just be careful of that.
Understood.
And so essentially as Dempsey and...
It's more like down.
Right? It's, I just have this mental image suddenly of like Stabby like talking like to our left, and then suddenly like a moment later it's to our right, and then a moment later it's like 10 feet away. He's just like, messing with us. Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. And so essentially I'm going to let Dempsey and Valadier go ahead, and I will maintain probably about 30 feet away behind them on the road.
And which direction is Stabby going? Are you going to the north? You going along the tree line to the south? What are you doing?
I'm going along the tree line, along the road, and I'm going to take cover at the tree under the R of quarry of road.
Of road, okay. So before you get to that point, I want to describe to you and Dempsey and Valadair what you guys see as you guys are moving forward. Warren, you're still a little bit back, so you still a little far for you to see. And it's not because it's dark or anything, but as you guys start drawing closer to this open field, you see Drosk standing there with a big great axe in his hand, looking menacing. And of course, he's got the same kind of tattoo Dempsey has, only his tattoo of a vine actually goes into his ear and covers most of his back as well. You see standing just behind him 3 other orcs with the same tattoos and a large warlike ape with these manacles, these steel manacles, and just you see Drosk take a few steps in front of his people and kind of plant his great axe between his legs as he watches Dempsey and Valadair walk forward. Stubby, you make your way. Make a stealth check as you're going. Because even though you're invisible, you're not unheard of yet.
14.
14.
I'm being very, very quiet.
Okay.
Do you get a plus for that for invisibility?
Invisibility would normally confer advantage, but if anyone's like paying attention just specifically by sound, that's DM's call.
Okay. So you get settled into the tree line. Dempsey, you and Valadair make your way up. Warren still somewhere in the background. And you probably close the distance to about, once you get about 50 feet close to him, Drosk looks at you. Well, Dempsey. I meant to put some things in my mouth too.
They get
my
you
God.
like prosthetics or something.
Dempsey!
Mm-hmm.
I
He's
see
just
you
like-
haven't been too much of a coward, even though you ran half across Taldor. Let me tell you something, son. I don't know what he has to do with this, but this is between you and me. Now I want you to know that if you don't man up to me now, either get back in line with me or face me, or I'll have my boys run your mother and your brother into the ground. And don't think I won't. You already fought dirty. You ain't seen dirt yet.
Dempsey's just gonna step up and looks him in the eye, and he's gonna walk right up to him, just face to face. Let's do it. I'm not afraid of you. And he's gonna hit him.
Stubby, what are you doing while this is going on?
How far is Drosk from me?
He's probably about 25 feet actually to the northwest of you. You have kind of passed his retinue by.
Okay. And do I have direct line of sight of him?
Not of him. Actually, his boys are kind of blocking him because he's in front of them.
So he's in the back.
Well,
So-
he's in the front of his guys, and 3 orcs are behind him and the war ape. So they're actually blocking him. It's his retinue of men, then him, then Dempsey, and then Valadair.
Okay. So I've only got line of sight of his henchmen or retinue and the war ape.
Yes.
Okay. Do we have a sense that if Drosk goes down first, that the rest of his guys are like, whew, I'm out?
They probably wouldn't boogie out. That's not characteristic of an orc.
If there was one left, he might boogie out.
And there's the 2 orcs that are holding onto the war ape, right?
No, they're not
ape's-
holding on to him at all. He's just there.
He's just flexing. He's just muscle.
Yeah, he's just there. He's ready to rock balls.
I'm staying where I'm at right now. I'm not doing anything. I'm still.
Okay. I think Dempsey just said he was going to take the first shot.
So you're ready to do this, lad.
I don't trust you any farther than I can throw you. Let's just get this thing over with.
Let me ask you something. Is this just going to be you and me, or is your wife behind you going to do something too?
Let me ask you something. How's your mom and them?
Well, you know what? I'll tell you about that next week.
Oh.
Nice little tension builder there.
Oh,
Got a nice Cliffy.
Brian's like,
I want to at least like roll initiative so I know what's going to happen.
You want to roll
Dempsey,
initiative? Let's do
You
it.
didn't tell us he had a pet
Just so you
monkey.
guys know,
He's
I
picked
bought
up
a
some
new
tricks.
set of dice for this specific evening.
ooh.
You want to roll
Breaking in some new
initiative?
dice.
You and me, right now.
Want to do it? Okay.
All of us initiative?
No, just he and I.
Hmm.
What do you got?
11.
I actually have 13. So you have 11. That's what I'm putting you down right now.
Can I,
Son of a bitch.
Brian, can I change what? Can I actually, not now, but can I attack on next session? Can I fire off first?
They'll go into their two attack modes, and then I'll let you fire, and then we'll roll a group initiative.
Okay.
I used my ambush maneuver and it still only came out to an 11. Good times.
Okay, so
Just so I know, are all of them going to enter combat?
well, that depends.
We all enter into combat.
That's
Well,
correct.
Let's just do it. Let's just go. I mean, come on. Come on.
Well,
What do you want to
no.
do? You want to do this,
Actually,
don't you?
no, because they have to take a turn in combat. So if they haven't taken a turn yet, I can still assassinate.
Mhm.
They have to take a turn in combat.
We are going to hold this till next week, okay?
Yeah.
Because I've got too much good shit, and we don't have enough time, and I've got to get up at 5 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Oh, that's fine. I'm
But
just
trust me,
next week. Oh,
my
the week
balls
after.
are
The
up
week
tight
after,
and out of
yeah.
sight. I'm so
Dude, it's the
fucking
week after. We got 2 weeks.
You guys spent.
Yeah.
Oh, we have 2 weeks?
You're
Yeah,
not
'cause
right.
we're not playing next week. Remember?
No, I know that, but
Yeah.
it's the week after that. But
Yeah.
oh shit, it's too bad too because I'd like to play in Hawaii, but it just wouldn't work. I don't trust their Wi-Fi.
That's right. From
Not
the
break it
island.
down. Yeah, man. Plus, it's so many hours after. Yeah. Anyways,